Boom, 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 gotta get that boom, 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 gotta get this. Here comes the ready or not. Here comes the boys from the side.
Very serious.
Our grass textures are flat as well. It's Sonic Boomcast, episode 2. It's once again me, Jason Berry, hosting, and tonight we have Angelidia,
Hello.
also known as the DC Garcia, Christian Gaussen,
Sup?
Jerry Sonic Speedway Alexander II,
Hello.
Johara Shani Finlay,
Hello.
and Shane Edwards.
Hey guys.
Woo, Shane.
All right. All right, let's get off on our topics here. The new Sonic demo, there's several of us that were at at Comic-Con back in July, San Diego Comic-Con, that is. And I'm imagining most of us checked out the slightly updated Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric demo. That was available both at the Nintendo booth and Sega's area at the, what the heck was that called? The Nerd Fest. I forget exactly what it was called.
Oh,
right now.
Nerd HQ.
Nerd HQ.
Yeah, Nerd HQ.
Nerd HQ. I love that. Yeah.
Hang out with
Yeah, they had
the
some
nerds.
cool stuff there.
Nerds.
Anyway, for two of us here, Shane and Johara, was our first time checking out the game. What'd you guys think?
I liked it, actually. What happened when I went to the Sega booth over in Nerd HQ, when I started playing the demos, I was really good at it. And then these photographer people came up to me and took a lot of pictures of me. It was just crazy.
Ooh, somebody got famous for the day.
Yep.
Well, I recognize Johara all the time because every time I go to San Diego Comic-Con, she's got that blue wig and the blue hat on her.
Yep.
Oh, there's a Sonic fan.
Yeah, I've been a Sonic fan ever since I was a little girl.
Now, the one your first year I mentioned you did volunteer work. What's that like doing volunteer work for Comic-Con to get in?
Oh, it's really fun. You work for 3 hours, and sometimes they let you go early depending on if it's not busy or not. Like this year, I worked it for at least 2 hours, and I worked at the line management, and it was pretty slow, so they let some volunteers go early. It was really fun.
Now, is that separate from paying for a ticket? Is that a different way of getting in?
It's actually, if you volunteer, you get in for free.
Nice.
But
Yes.
wow, you only have to do it for 3 hours?
Yeah.
Or is that 3 hours a day? Is it
Actually,
3 hours
yeah,
for 1 day or 3 hours a day?
3 hours a day.
Huh.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's much better than my time at AX.
Oh,
Trust
yeah.
me, AX, you work a full shift, and that consists of 8 bloody hours. Yeah, especially since I was a AX Media. I never seen the light of day.
Is that the AX that was in Los Angeles?
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Got
Our good
the
friend,
line for that thing.
Matt, aka Fuji, which me and Ladisa know personally. For this year, he never saw the light of day.
Oh, no.
A full 8 hours. Hey, what's up? Hey, that's it. Yeah.
So Shane, what'd you think of the demo?
Well, I gotta be honest. I only played enough to get through that first demo level, which was where you worked with Sonic and Amy. And I gotta say, I did pretty good. Except there was at some points I had no idea what to do at some point until the representative next to me finally said, "Oh, you gotta switch over to Amy." And I didn't even know this at the time. It's like I had absolutely no indication that I had to switch over to Amy in order to do some more gameplay. And then after that, I was...
Really? Because they were advertising that you didn't have to switch to anybody anytime.
Well,
that's weird.
Yeah, apparently the level I was playing, it's like I had no idea where to go. And it's like, oh, you need to switch over to Amy and do the balance beam thing.
Oh, I think
yeah.
I know which one. Okay. Well, the thing is that I actually went to the Nerd HQ on Sunday on the last day. So I actually know.
Because I didn't see you there. If I forgot that you went there too. I'm sorry.
No, I only been there for like half hour to an hour, coming from LA to San Diego. It's like, oh no, it was a weird trip going over there. I'm like, oh gosh, I'm not even gonna start.
It's better than beating traffic, huh?
Oh yeah. But anyway, I know what Shane is saying, because as well, it happened to me at one part of the stage in which I didn't realize it till I looked down at the pad that I could actually switch over to Amy after I failed so many times with doing a homing attack on Sonic.
Yeah, plus there's an area where you're supposed to hit a switch that's on the bottom area of the screen that you can't really see unless you just happen to direct your characters over that area, and you can't progress any further until you hit that switch.
Yeah, I managed to figure that one out right away. It
definitely needs a little bit better direction to where you're going.
And I'm thinking you actually get better instructions once you do the actual beginning game, because this looks like this is a middle part of the game, so you're not going to get as much direction, and they probably could have done something for the demo version to fix that, but I say if they're doing the beginning of the game, they would actually have better instruction on switching characters and that sort of stuff. So
yeah, because it's not a tutorial. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You just jump right in the gameplay.
Yeah.
I know it's
I mean, I remember one thing from playing the Knuckles level, which they left out this time, which is actually a smart idea.
Oh, shit!
That was
really?
a very, very boring level when I played the D3. But the one thing I'll say is when you get lost, Sonic or Knuckles will talk to each other and say, hey, shouldn't we go hit that switch that's over this direction or whatever? So they are kind of guiding you just through their dialogue. So that's one thing at least.
Uh-huh.
And there were some differences between the E3 and the Comic-Con demo. They didn't have any of the cutscenes that were in the E3 one, like at the beginning of the Sonic Amy one where Knuckles is talking with Sonic Amy. That's cut out. But it's longer at the end now. The textures and... I'm sorry.
I said awesome. That is so awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, child. Press A to jump.
The textures and lighting were a lot better than what I saw at E3. It looked quite a bit better. There's a few more puzzle elements I noticed. Like there was a lot more treasure and loot to find, like robot parts and some extra hidden items. And I kind of like that stuff, so that was cool. In fact, right before the last part of the level, I was able to turn around and suddenly there was these spinning platforms with a bunch of hot pipes that were rising above each other, getting higher and higher, and you had to jump over every single one of those pipes to grab a piece of loot that would then lower the pipes so you can get out of there. And that was actually kind of cool because it's an optional thing that I just happened to notice that you didn't have to do. But it gives you some extra loot to that. But then the extra part of that level now is, on the first part of the level you get chased by the Guardian. This is the second time you actually get chased by the Guardian again.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a bunch of horizontal and vertical pipes where you have to kind of dodge left and right and jump.
Yeah.
That was actually a pretty good part.
Yeah.
What do you have to give the Guardian to stop chasing you, chili dogs?
2 chili dogs.
Oh, yes.
The Eggman level was exactly the same, though, as E3, so there wasn't much to that. They did change the speed level, and for some reason they gave you a shorter level than you got at E3. You start off in a cave, and there's some boulders you could smash for extra rings and robot parts, and then you jump on the speed pad, and you're just automatically running forward. You can jump and use your laser whip thing to go to an alternate path. The only really good part of that was when you exit the cave, it starts out really dark, and then you go out into the vibrant, lush jungle, which made a nice visual effect at the time. But the whole thing was over in about a minute and 30 seconds, so that was a really, really short level.
Sounds like Doom.
Plus, it glitched a lot. I mean, everyone who's talked about it had at least it freeze on them or glitch on them one time. It happened to me twice.
Oh.
And I think that's the same demo they used at Gamescom that finally just crashed out. So.
Oh man, that's.
I don't know why they'd go for a shorter speed level that's glitchy versus the longer
Well-
speed for me 3.
Sega Logic.
I will say that sometimes when you're taking a game and you're slicing and dicing a level out for a demo, sometimes that coding can get all screwed up, and then they have to make do with what they can because they don't get the code fixed up in time for the demo, so they can only do what they have. But who knows? The actual game may be a lot better and less buggy because of that.
And that's why Sonic just sucks.
What?
Oh, gosh.
Really?
That's from a video. I know what I'm talking about. I get that reference. So there's also a bunch during Comic-Con. There was a bunch of new side characters announced. I'm looking up the Sega blog right now, and if you've seen the games, if you've seen the Gamescom trailer, you've seen a few of them around. Let me see. But yeah, I mean, there's like Cliff, the tall Civil War-looking dog guy. He's one of the NPCs. Basically, there are a bunch. Some of them are going to be in the show, and a bunch of them are just like NPCs. Non-playable characters that you can talk to.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing about Dr. Eggman, he looks more slimmer. It's like, yes.
Look at me, I'm slimmer.
Well, they said they basically took his egg shape and put it in reverse, so he has a big upper chest and a smaller waist.
So
I am Chest Man.
So basically, Sega put him on the Slim Fast diet.
Hey, he made like Knuckles. He worked that upper body up.
Or he's got one of those like girdles that are really tight on around the waist that you just push all the fat into his upper chest.
All those corsets.
Or if someone want to be really political about it, maybe it's a whole fat people can't necessarily be evil type crap.
Oh, yeah. It's like, what?
Pardon me.
He's dying.
Yeah, but I mean, let's see. And there's the two walruses, or sailors, Salty and Pepper. And they're both going to be in the animation and the video game. It's two jellyfish. They're in robot bodies.
Some of these characters, I'm getting an AOSTH vibe to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like we see, we have Old Tucker. Old Tucker is a happy-go-lucky farmer who has mistakenly took the easy route to grow his village's crops. Despite some setbacks, he's still able to spread his funny southern charm with the villagers. Old Tucker is in Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. It's Old Turtle.
Go for it, Shane. Use your southern accent.
I have to talk like a southerner all the time.
Hello, people.
Pittrich Farm remembers. Remembers what you did to that, buddy. Okay, yeah, so we got Quincy, who we've seen quite a bit of in both the trailers and the demo. But he's exclusive to Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. He looks like a Ratchet and Clank character.
That would be Tanner's department right there.
Looks totally like he stepped out of Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
And then the one all the fans are going nuts over is Percy, the new character who's going to be in the show.
Got fan art immediately.
Yeah. Looks like some people are mistaking her for Blaze the Cat. I don't see the resemblance to Blaze the Cat.
No.
Looks a little Chili Sue-ish, but not really that much either.
Okay, here's the thing. Chris and I were betting on it, like how long it would actually take to see Percy. Yes.
Rule 34.
I was gonna say.
It only
took was like
2 weeks.
like
2 weeks it took.
Same day. Wow.
No. Because me and Ledice, we were literally looking for it for crappy giggles, and we didn't find any. And it took the internet 2 weeks, and boom.
That's the longest to take on any new character, I think.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it took longer than what was it from Lost World? That one female character. I can't remember her name right now.
Oh, Xena.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like the look of the little chef. What's his name? The chef Woody, I think it is. Yeah, Chef Woody.
Yeah.
That one's just to Rise of Lyric. Also.
Once again, I get another AOSTH vibe from him.
Yes, Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You can say it not that much. I mean, we're not typing out anything.
That's how I say
it. Fastidious Beaver is like this snooty. He reminds me kind of Antoine, where it's going to be like this snobbish character that's going to get his upcomings quite a few times.
Sacre blue.
He's in the animation and in the video game. In fact, I think he's in one of the trailers for the cartoon. There's a spot where you could barely see Eggman, Tails, and Sonic up on top of this ridge where they're on hoverboards about to race down. And I think the Beaver guy's on the far left, but you could barely make him out in that.
What's the Beaver's guy's name?
Fastidious Beaver.
Yeah, fastidious
nice.
Beaver.
That's good.
Right.
And let's see, Mayor Fink. This definitely looks like Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Beaver.
Mayor Fink, little political mouse. And that one's both in the animation and Rise of Lyric. Let's see. Mayor Fink is a typical politician, a facts talker out of both sides of his mouth. Loud and confident, he feels in control no matter what the situation, even if he has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, it sounds like Mayor Quimby.
All right. Oops. Okay. The new deal now from GameStop: if you pre-order either Sonic Boom on Wii U or the 3DS, you get a Sonic action figure with a purple crystal taken straight from a Crash Bandicoot game.
Yeah.
I already pre-ordered.
Someone else said that.
I already pre-ordered both.
I have pre-ordered both games.
Hashtag stolen idea from Crash.
You are so lucky.
Well, I mean, these are guys who have worked on several PlayStation games. You got Sonic wearing a brown scarf out of Uncharted. You've got these purple crystals that look like they're from Crash. You got robots that look like they're straight out of Ratchet and Clank. So it feels like a mix of a bunch of PlayStation games
They've
mixed
took all
together
the
to
parts
make a
of the
Sonic
best
game.
game, just shoved into a Sonic game and into a blender.
Which the game is ironically being put onto a Nintendo system, so
Yeah.
go figure.
Yeah, so that they've done like toy pre-order stuff all the time though. Toy
that's
Yeah.
almost every single time. Like what did Lost World have? Did Lost World have anything?
Lost World did not have any toy with it.
It was
I remember Generations had Sonic Colors that had the hat.
Yeah.
Had the hat
Yeah.
in the USA and an action figure in Europe. Generations had something I can't remember right now.
Generations had the figure.
Oh no! I remember. Generation only had the download.
Yeah, it had a terrible
content of
DLC.
Casino Night.
Oh yeah.
It was already part of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was only for international buyers that get the better stuff.
Yeah.
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 I had
Sonic and
to
Sega
order
All-Stars.
mine from
US
the
is like
It's
last
like
on the list.
every American every American fan is like,
you're
why?
Yeah, America totally got screwed on that because God, that European collector's edition was just so incredible.
Yeah, me and Leticia have our own sets. She has the actual English version with the English text, and I got myself the German set.
I tried to get the German set off of Amazon. I couldn't get the account to work right. But anyway, what was I going to say? Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transform had like a Danica Patrick Hot Wheels, and I heard I never got one myself, and I heard half the people who pre-ordered it didn't get one either.
I didn't get one of those.
I didn't
heard
get
of that.
one.
I didn't hear that pre-order.
Same here.
Yeah, you were supposed to get a Danica Patrick Hot Wheels. Nobody got it.
Oh my god.
They offered
That's-
it.
I don't even-
Nobody ever
I
That
got it.
wasn't even announced anywhere. I mean, even TSC didn't even say anything about that.
Yeah, I mean, I even checked the GameStop website. They didn't even say anything about it, nor even
Wow.
yeah.
And say, at the Gamescom, it took a while, but they finally started showing some new Sonic Boom stuff with the new trailer, which has Metal Sonic appearing at the end of it, and
And then
a lot
Guile
of story mode there. And we see Sonic getting killed at the beginning, same stuff, different day, really. I'm getting killed again.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I saw that, and the first thing I thought of was Tangled. The first thing I thought of was Tangled. This is the day I died.
Tango. No.
Yeah,
Die.
Fish day, but I still look good because I'm a big jerk. I'm so
Evil
kind of like a
ham.
jerk.
My evil hat.
Oh my god, you sound like a
Some part of that was lame. That's actually actually people were unimpressed by that trailer. I've been reading a lot of negative feedback on Sonic Stadium for that particular trailer.
Well, I don't know about negative feedback. I just plain wasn't impressed, and I didn't like the fact that they kind of put a spoiler in kind of early there.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
same here.
Yeah, I think that's part of what it was. People just weren't impressed by it. It still doesn't look like the game that they showed off in February. I think what happened is they were like modding it from PC, or porting it from the PC version they started on to the Wii U version that they have to finish on, and some stuff got lost there. Especially when the screenshots start showing up and you see Tails fighting on the edge of like a cliff and throwing some stuff, and it's completely straight like a Minecraft block. I mean, just barely any no real texture. It's just a green block with a straight edge on it, right where the cliff is.
They're probably using the Minecraft
That's
engine.
just a bad screenshot.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's supposed to be using a Cry 3 engine. It's supposed to be using a really powerful engine, but maybe they, were mistaken that it's, the Wii U just can't handle that kind of engine.
I know the
Anyway,
first
but the
demo.
big news was
go ahead.
not only was Metal Sonic. Oh no, go ahead.
I know when I watched the first demo,
What
it
were you
kind of
gonna
reminded me. The first demo of Sonic Boom. Remember, the models were a little plasticky like Sonic Heroes. Then this next revision was a lot better.
Well, it looked a little bit more emotional, but at the same time, there's a lot of lighting and stuff that's not quite there now. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the big announcement was both Metal Sonic and Shadow the Hedgehog were confirmed for Sonic Boom, at least at the Rise of Lyric video game.
Shadow! Yes!
Finally.
Boo.
Half-Life 3 confirmed.
And what's really surprising is they have had no revision to them almost at all. Metal Sonic looks like they grabbed him and stretched him a little bit. And kind of the same with Shadow. It looked like they stretched him out and just put a few extra quills. Otherwise, he looks exactly the same.
His gloves to change just a tad, but other than that...
Honestly, this is what I think that Sega did with Metal Sonic. They pulled him out from Generations. They cleaned him off. With the new engine, they just put wax on him and make him all nice and shiny.
You waxed him.
Yeah.
They buffed him out.
Does
As
anybody know Gregory Harris?
As far as Shadow goes, you just can't mess with perfection.
I know, Shadow.
Yeah.
Well, at least it looks like he's going to be a villain, because under his concept art, they have him as villain.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, as an he doesn't fit well to me as an anti-hero. He's kind of an a-hole all the time.
I'm more of an anti-hero. I was more a fan of him as an anti-hero type person. I really liked how he got redeemed in the end. He started being more of the anti-hero type still, and I really don't like the fact that they're kind of reverting that.
Honestly, I think...
Yeah, but the more they wrote him as an anti-hero, the bigger of a jerk he became. I mean, did you ever play like Sonic Free Riders, and he's trying to help Rouge steal the first place trophy?
Well,
and
no. I think after Sonic 06 is like that's where I kind of just like it just started going downhill from that part.
Yeah.
Come on, Sega. You guys gotta give me a better story.
Whoa.
And he's probably, I'm imagining, because one part of the thing that bothers me is, Sonic Boom is considered a comedy, like a situation comedy, and his dark character doesn't really fit into that too well.
Oh, yeah.
Well, one thing
That's
for
just my
sure.
opinion.
Well, one thing for sure. He doesn't look like a grumpy cat.
That's because I had my morning
Yeah, he does.
coffee.
It looks to me like they kind of copied and they did a copy-paste of Sonic's concept art face and just slapped it onto Shadow's face, because he's got the exact same smirk and about the exact same look in his eyes.
It's like a face party.
It's rare you see Shadow with a slight smile to his face like that.
Again, I keep telling you,
Yeah.
I had my morning coffee.
You really can't mess
shit.
with coffee here.
I
I
love
want some
coffee.
Starbucks now.
Starbucks. Oh, my God.
You want to light me when I'm angry? Oh, that's so misused.
She's Danish.
Question is, what kind of role is he they think going to have in it, besides just being a typical villain? Think he's just going to have like a real small part in it, or?
Honestly, I think that he'll just play the villain part maybe at the first couple episodes, then get some sort of flashback, and then become an anti-hero.
I
That's
would
the
be
thing,
happy about that.
I didn't hear them mention him being in the cartoon, just being in the video game. Although it stands to reason he'll probably will be in the.
Well,
Cartoon
if Sega plans to exclude Shadow from the cartoon, they're making the big mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Shadow is a very popular character. I mean, I think he's like second most popular, maybe behind Sonic. But
Yeah, he does have a lot of fans. To me, though, he's kind of like the John Cena of the Sonic fandom, where a lot of kids and girls like him. But I don't know. I just don't care for him that much myself.
You can't see me.
You can't see my chaos power.
Get over this. Oh wait, wrong character.
Okay, for our main topic, there's been a lot of negativity around the Rise of Lyric and how it's looking, and it really hasn't demoed well. I'll be honest. Even when I've tried previewing it and writing out previews for it, I just didn't care for that much for what I've seen so far. But what we've seen so far is just like a very small amount of a game that's supposed to be around 10 hours or so. It's supposed to be have this bigger world, so there is some stuff that's starting to look better on it. So
hey, if it's longer than Sonic Colors, I'll be happy.
Sonic Colors is what, 5 to 6 hours? That's not bad.
It's short. It was very short.
I'd rather have 5 or 6 hours of a good Sonic Colors than like 20 to 40 hours of Unleashed Werehog stuff.
Well, this is coming from someone like me. I prefer the storyline length of, say, Sonic Adventure 2.
Okay, I think that's what because topic's going to be like the positives coming in for Sonic Boom Rise of Lyrics, and I think that's where Shane is going to be very happy because it does look like it's going to have a pretty big plot to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing from when I'm looking at the, what it's saying and stuff. I really like the storyline. I'm really excited,
Yeah, I mean, we seem to be having a time travel plot. I mean, at first it's Sonic and the gang chasing Eggman, and then they find this hidden temple. They see paintings of Sonic and Tails, along the wall, and like wondering what happened, what's going on. They accidentally unleash Lyric, who says he's recognized Sonic. Sonic says he's never seen him in his life, so it sounds like there's going to be a lot of time travel going on in this.
Someone made a point at one point that imagine if what Lyric seen before was actually Shadow, and he mistakes Sonic for Shadow or some crap like that.
Oh, so he's like Amy then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Shadow! I'm Sonic! I can't tell the difference, I'm so blind!
Oh my god!
So chances are they are going to go in the past, and he's going to somehow, lock him up in the past and then meet him up again in the future.
Sonic CD.
Yeah,
but in this case, he's met him for the first time in the present, and then meets him for the last time in the past, or something like that.
Yeah.
So it seems like it definitely seems like a lot of plot. I mean, you're also meeting up with all these NPCs that are giving you story dialogue and stuff. And one of the things I'm interested in is like the loot aspect of it. One thing I like when I'm playing like Ratchet and Clank is going around smashing all the chests and getting all the bolts and stuff out of there. And from when I played of the Sonic Amy demo at Comic-Con, there was a lot of that in there, where you're getting robot parts and extra rings. And rings could be not only go for your health, but they give you currency in the game.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like kind of an RPG aspect there. You do level up your characters as well.
Yeah, so instead of just running through a stage, you actually have to stop and get stuff to continue on, kind of. Or it helps you.
Yeah, so it's like kind of a Sonic game where you're going to be slowing down and exploring quite a bit. So that's the one thing that's bothering me with the demos. I can't really pin down whether it's going to be good or bad just on those short bites of the game alone, because like Steven's been saying, it's more of a bigger open world where everything's kind of connected, and it should be a longer experience. He said some levels might be just an hour on their own, so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
So I feel like we barely as far as the demo goes, we barely touched the surface of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we still don't have a really strong idea of what the game is like. What's the other thing? Oh, the dialogue, when it's not being overbearing with repetitiveness, looks pretty good as far as the cutscenes that were in E3 when they're talking to each other and kind of ribbing each other. I kind of like those moments.
You know,
So it's gonna
Sonic
be-
you would be a great character for me. No, Knuckles.
Or like Knuckles, like, "Oh man, you're unbelievable," and then the Sonic's like, "Oh, thank you, I am."
Dry humor.
Or Knuckles sees the little worms for the first time. He's like, "Ah, snakes! I mean, snakes."
I would imagine if Sonic's afraid of snakes or worms or bears or all that stuff.
Lions,
Well,
tigers, and bears.
it is a Sonic world, so worms do have a different interpretation.
Oh, wait.
Next thing you know,
Um,
it's the sandworms from Sanopolis. Oh,
Oh
I
dear.
feel like I should have put more into the thing. We're
It's a
going through this pretty fast. So, what do you guys think about the show or the video game? Please add a comment into our comment section here at Sonic Stadium. If you have a question that you'd like to have asked, please leave that also in the comments section here on the website, and we'll repeat it back on the show for September. Until then, I think we're pretty much out of material here, unless anybody's got anything else you'd like to share.
Oh, what do y'all?
Well,
Go ahead.
you know what I noticed on the trailer, on the whole story thing, is that it reminds me too much of the Satam from Privatization.
the
What?
Saturday morning Sonic Sat Am.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what part of it reminded you of San Am?
You know, the one when Dr. Robotnik was trying to at least turn everyone into robots.
Roboticize everybody.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is so dangerous. Roboticize.
It reminds me too much of it.
Yeah.
It's not really roboticizing. This time they just have little worms and snakes going inside the robots and controlling them.
Oh.
Versus stuffing little animals into
Yeah, but
robots.
the thing is that Lyric, he's planning to actually
yeah, that's true. He's planning to wipe out all organic life and just have a little mechanical world.
yeah.
Oh.
It reminds me too much of it.
You know what that reminds me of? That one episode from Batman, Heart of Silicone,
Oh.
where
Wow.
where like the copy clone of Batman, aka Bruce Wayne, is a full robotic form, and he's like, no, Hardick is gonna wipe everybody out. We're gonna replace everybody with robots.
Oh, you mean Soul of Silicon? He said Heart of Silicone.
Oh,
That's
my
nice.
bad.
They use it for breast implants. It's like Batman, my third boob.
Kung Pao.
Man,
Okay, is anything? Okay, before we leave here, does anybody have anything they want to promote?
I got something to promote.
Okay, no.
Well, you know, I'm just really, excited for, the new game that's coming out, and I can't wait for it to come out, and I will get my pre-order in next week, and I'm ready to go.
Okay. All right.
I would like to do my own shameless. Oh, thank you.
If anything,
My own shameless promotion. Gamers, remember, be good, fuel up, gamer fuel, Baja Blast. Thank you.
oh my god. Guess that's something I look forward to in a game. Really,
Bump up with dude
the
for you
music.
people.
I'm still a giant Sonic music guy, so I really
Me
enjoy
too.
the music
I love that
soundtracks,
stuff.
which I think Otani's doing most of this.
Well, we know the 3DS one is being done by Jack. What's his
Jacks?
last name?
Richard Jacques.
Richard Jacks. Yes, thank you. I mean, he's the one from
Richard Jacks.
Sonic. Richard Jacks from Sonic R and Sonic 3D Blast on the Saturn.
Yeah.
His compositions are great, so I'm really looking forward to the 3DS one.
It's
We don't know that much about the composition for the Wii U version, though.
It's Jake's. It's Richard Jake's.
Jake's. I
Richard
keep saying
Jakes.
it wrong every time.
I'll just go by how Cody calls it. So
Richard Jenks, is that a guy or a girl?
It's guy.
the guy.
It's spelled with kind of a
Guy.
French look to
Yeah.
it, so I keep thinking Jacques. Or
Yeah,
Jacques.
it's Jake's because I heard it pronounced over at Summer Sonic, and then we heard Tommy Tallarico pronounce it.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Jenks
Yeah.
or Docs?
I'm still gonna do that video, but I've procrastinated so long, and
I
my
was
job
wondering what was
changed,
going
so,
on. I was wondering what was going on with that video.
Yeah, it's set in half assembled. All I gotta do is add in half of the. I want to do parts of the Rico interview and a part of the Q&A, and then put links in where it goes to the full version, because I have absolutely the full deal of the QA with Steven and Aaron.
Yeah.
Especially the part where he has the mic and he's like, hands it to Steven.
There you go. You take over.
He takes over.
I'm still waiting for Alex to upload the Archie Comics panel from Comic-Con, which still isn't up. Yeah, and plus my interview with Paul Kaminsky I did at Comic-Con as well.
Oh, cool.
That made me sad too. After Sonic Revolution, that was his last event. We went for Sega. I was like, oh.
Yeah, apparently everyone was watching my Twitter feed for the Archie Comics panel because I was the only one that was actually tweeting a lot of stuff out there at the time.
You became Johnny for the day.
That was like the Sonic, a little bit of Mega Man and more Sonic panel.
Yeah, I was really surprised by how little Mega Man there was this time.
Yeah, but I think part of that was the screw ups they were having with the PC as far as getting all the images up.
Probably.
Some of the images wouldn't load. But nothing really major was announced there. I mean, stuff we already knew about, basically. And we got to see what, Mighty and Ray are going to look like. But usually you want to stay tuned for New York Comic-Con. That's when they tend to make big announcements for the Sonic Comics.
I know New York Comic-Con is bigger. It's like, it has like more panels, more stuff.
Well, technically, SD Comic-Con is bigger, isn't it? Because they have all the Hollywood people out there.
Oh, yeah, true.
Well, yeah, the currently the biggest for now is like 160, but the other Comic-Cons are growing pretty big now. I mean,
they really are.
Mm-hmm. Is anyone going to Sonic?
Going to one in Utah. Not me. That's all the way in New York. But I was willing to go if they had more. I'm sorry?
I wish they had Sonic Boom like in California, where like mostly people can go and not like have to travel.
Well, that's why we got Sonic Revolution, because Sonic Boom was in California for 2 years, and the moment they moved up to St. Louis, we said, you know what? Let's have our own Sonic Boom.
Yeah. Yep. I want to be part of this committee. Let's do it.
So that's how Sonic Revolution got started.
I guess for Johara, you missed out on that, huh? That was in June.
Yeah, I missed it because I don't know what I was doing that day. It was like last year, and Sonic Boom was in town in San Diego. I'm like, oh shoot, I want to go, but then I was with someone, so it's like do another thing. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch it online.
This year they don't have any.
There's no live stream this year.
Going on. I mean,
Yeah,
no.
They have Jun Sano again, but I mean they don't have a really that great a game. No offense to show this year. No major Sonic team game. It's not like Sonic Generations or anything like that.
Johnny's touring with ARP, so we got Tony Harnell, and that'd be interesting. So we really want to go because seeing him play live would be interesting.
Musicians. I'm like,
yeah, I'm just like.
Well, here's something interesting, because like I've been keeping an eye on just one certain convention in Mexico in which they state that Crush 40 is going to be there at Expo TNT. And the thing is,
June said
hasn't been confirmed yet.
Yeah, June was like, they didn't do this right.
That's where the Jun Sano is going to be there, but without Johnny in New York.
Yeah,
Johnny,
he's on tour with ARP, so.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. If June goes to Mexico, he's going to be in heaven. You know why? All that Mexican food. Authenticity. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
Well, Old Town. Yeah, that's something we could promote. We're doing a Sonic meetup in Old Town San Diego, where you can get some freshly made tortillas there. Those are really good when you get them fresh.
I'm actually going. Whoever's hosting it, I'm going.
I'm hosting it. That would be me, dude.
Oh yeah. You sent me the invite, so I'm like, okay, great, I'll go.
What's the day on that again? Because I have to get the day off.
October 18th.
18th. Okay.
Okay.
I wish I could go there.
October's the only month I can get like some days off before
Christmas hit.
And like August and September, we got inventory at our work, and then like November, December, it's all Christmas. So I can't take days off in between there.
Yeah.
It's like,
for me, go ahead.
It's like you have to work like the holidays when you're like working. Like for me, I work at Vons, the grocery store. So it's kind of like I can request days off if I need it. So it's kind of like, benefits. You know what I mean?
Well, see, here's the thing: you're working in a grocery store, so it's like it's more flexible towards that. But when you're working in a retail store, that's when they hit you. No, you can't go.
I know. It's like you gotta stay.
The chain around your neck.
You're my slave, Shadow.
Oh my god.
You belong to me. Oh, so pretty.
Is that Eclipse?
Oh.
The Eclipse
Speaking
canon?
No, Eclipse is the new character in the Sonic comics. A
I
villain
thought
for
you were
Shadow.
talking about the Eclipse
No.
canon from Sonic Adventure 2, the Eclipse canon.
Oh no.
That's something we haven't been talking about too much
Slam
on my
dunk
other
it in
show,
there.
Sonic Talk on SegaBits.com is the comics themselves. I mean, we have two major stories wrap up. What was the newest one called? The Chaotix Caper and for the Knuckles one for Sonic Universe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then what's the name of the underwater one that they had in the Sonic the Hedgehog?
Waves of Change.
Waves of Change. Yeah,
Aquatic. Okay.
yeah, that was the
Aquatics.
one. So who's read those?
I have.
I have, yeah.
Okay, who's your favorite new character out of those ones?
I like Razor. Razor's awesome.
Stick.
No, Styx is in Sonic Boom. We're talking about the comic books.
I like the priest. I like the priestess.
Oh, Coral?
Yeah, Coral.
Coral's cool. My favorite was Relic in the Sonic Universe because she's like super nerdy and everything.
Yeah.
I just thought she was funny.
I think I like Razor because he's a short character and he's not a bad guy, which I am thankful for.
Yeah, you don't see that too often. I like his little child that's constantly trying to attack Sonic and everything.
Yes.
That was the other one. Pearly, the girl who's like afraid of Chow and she's supposed to be raising them.
Oh yeah.
Thinks it's creepy.
Really weird.
By the way, now we have Call pretty much full time in the book now as a ghost.
yeah.
Good.
But how is it that she could just transport herself everywhere at
Well,
any time? It
it's the
seems like she's
it's
in both issues.
Well, it's the Mystic Melody castle thingy in the temple that they
Oh yeah,
had.
it's from Sonic Adventure, huh?
Yeah.
Those little mystic
Yeah, I remember that thing.
tiny little temples.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she could just transport herself, I guess, there instantly.
Yeah.
That would explain it.
I love the music at that level. Mystic Ruins.
The one thing though is I'm a little confused on the Waves of Change because Sonic and Amy and Rotor went there to try to find the Gaia Temple to put the Chaos Emerald in, right?
Yeah.
Did they ever actually
Oh,
do
yeah.
that in the end of the story?
What?
Did
No,
they ever show
there's-
them actually
No.
putting a
No.
Chaos
No,
Emerald in the Gaia
that
Temple?
was that was not a Gaia temple. It turns out
Oh, okay.
it's just a temple, but not one of the Gaia temples.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's the part that confused me a little bit.
Yeah.
But now they got Chip coming along for later episodes.
Yeah.
And this is
Yeah.
a really long Sonic Unleashed adaptation.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh,
Definitely going to be going on for a
because
while.
it's they're putting in stuff that makes sense, that plot holes that happen within the game itself that they're fixing. Plus, it's making the world a lot bigger. They're having these all new characters, new worlds to adapt.
They also finally explained why the oceans doesn't just drop off the
Yeah,
the
because the
space.
planet's separated and kind of floating in space, so they're wondering why the oceans haven't flown, so dropped. And so they explained that with the Chaos Monster.
yes.
And now
Oh,
we've
yeah.
got going to have two issues with Werehog fighting Mighty, and and they're basically using that to explain why Sonic doesn't go feral like he does. No, he doesn't go feral in Unleashed, but in here he does go feral. He goes wild, and Mighty's got to find a way to calm him down and get Sonic back, even when he's in the Werehog form.
Yes, and I'm actually happy about that because I was really disappointed that they didn't cover it in Sonic Unleashed. It's just like, okay, so he just kind of changed. There doesn't seem to be much of a difference other than his powers.
Yeah, there's a few things that bother me in Unleashed as far as the story goes. Like the people reacting to either Sonic or the Werehog are like, "Oh wow, you're a big guy."
Yeah.
Hello, they weren't that scared of the Werehog or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Sonic makes the mention, I have to be careful who sees me, and then everybody sees him.
Yeah, and people didn't really react much to him or Chip in the daytime because you see only humans around. You don't see any other anamorphic characters outside of like Amy Rose or Tails.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the only other scene that bothered me was Sonic gets depressed when Amy doesn't recognize.
Yeah.
I think the way that story was originally written is she probably freaked out and ran away from him, and that's what made him sad. But for some reason, Japanese society, they like being polite, so she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were somebody else," and then she took off. So I think I kind of rewritten that story, and because it didn't make sense when I first saw it.
Yeah, story had a lot of problems.
Wasn't the worst one though. I mean, God, 06 and some of the others are pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Despite being a lousy game, Sonic and the Black Knight had a pretty darn good story to it.
Yes.
I'll give it that.
I love that game. I love that game so much.
My husband and I love that game.
Yes, I love it.
I love the story. I hate the game.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah, I just don't like the way it plays or anything, but I do like the story to it. I like how Sonic's used to being in the storybook world, and he's like, okay, yeah, you're not Tails, you're some blacksmith. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, but when you're playing the game and the gameplay, you're like going so fast, and it's like all the time breaks and speed breaks. It's like your eyes are like rolling in the back of your head because you keep playing it, and you're like, oh, where am I going? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah, it is true, and it's.
I don't know if I preferred that over Secret Rings. The problem with Secret Rings was not necessarily the unique controls, but the way you had to level up and make your character actually control better over time.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't even get past tutorial on Secret Rings.
The what?
I love that game.
Secret Rings.
The what of Secret Rings?
I could not get past tutorial.
Oh, the tutorial?
I passed it. It was
Yeah.
easy. I passed it. It was so easy. I'm a pro. Hey.
Like, no,
the controls are weird in
I kept
that
trying
game.
to do what it was telling me. It's like, flip the controller. He wasn't jumping.
Oh, jeez. I have every single
Jump,
Sonic game in my...
Jump!
Jump
The worst
on it.
one, the one with the worst controls that I actually managed to beat was Sonic Free Riders.
Oh.
I couldn't do Sonic Free Lighters because I have a bad knee.
Oh. I have a bad knee now. I didn't have before, but I mean, they could see 330 plus pounds of me bending backwards and forwards and doing jump spins and everything. Practically smashing through the floor. But somehow I managed to unlock all the characters.
Achievement unlocked.
Ooh,
Achievement unlocked. You have started an earthquake.
Yeah, I'm Juggernaut.
Hey, it shakes here pretty good.
it's
up,
pretty
Jerry.
shaky.
Shut up, Jerry. You guys are getting more earthquakes than us, which is ironically weird.
No, it's pretty. I can't make
We're
a pun.
sorry, the Kinect cannot read all your flab.
Oh my gosh. Almost had to scream at my Kinect the other day.
Hello?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Kinect is reading a block of cheese.
Oh.
Yeah. Your head explode.
No. If you got some curves, the Kinect's gonna be reading Belgian waffles.
What's really creepy about the Xbox One Kinect is you can cover it up and it can still... You can cover up the lens and it can still...
To see you, yeah. Yeah, temporary.
Yeah, I put like
Pretty
a
cool.
like a thing over it, and then you put it in black and white. So it's see in other ways. It can still see you in black and white, like night vision, and then it can still see you through your heat and your body temperature, and that's just weird. It's creepy.
The government is watching.
Strike five, go.
Oh, no. You
Okay,
Gwen
we
is
did,
watching you. Always.
She will die.
Alrighty, we've been rambling on for the last 15 minutes. I think it's time to wrap it up.
Help me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, unless anybody has anything else to say, good night, everybody.
Night, guys.
Night, everyone.